Hello and welcome everyone. So we are back with our daily current affairs analysis through multiple choice questions. So this will be the analysis of 24th of July 2020. So the topics that we are going to discuss today are General Financial Rules 2017, Army Act 1950, India and Korea, Non-Aligned Movement, Siddi Tribe, Madhubani Paintings, Constitutional Provisions on High Courts, 911 World Food Program, and COVID-19 Law Lab Initiative. So these are the topics. So let's get started with the first question. So consider the following statements regarding the recent amendments to the General Financial Rules 2017. Global tender inquires in procurement of goods and services by government of value of less than rupees 200 crores have been disallowed. No bidder from countries sharing a land border with India is henceforth eligible to bid in government procurement of goods and services. So we have to choose the correct statements. So the options are 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or none of the above. So among the given statements, only the first statement is correct. So the correct answer will be A, 1 only. Let's look at the explanation. So as declared under Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan, the general financial rules have been amended to disallow global tenders inquires in procurement of goods and services of value of less than 200 crores. As per the amended general financial rules, any bidder from such countries sharing a land border with India will be eligible to bid in any procurement, whether of goods or services or works, only if the bidder is registered with the competent authority. The competent authority for registration will be the registration committee constituted by the Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, that is DPIIT. Further, political and security clearance from the Ministries of External and Home Affairs respectively will be mandatory. So এইটো provision এই কাৰণে আনা হৈছে মেইনলি যাতে চাইনিজ ইনভেষ্টমেন্ট আমাৰ তাত বহুত বাঢ়ি গৈছিল সেইকাৰণে মেইনলি একখন এমেন্ড কৰা হৈছে যদি ইয়াত ডাইৰেক্টলি চাইনিজ নামটো মেনশন কৰা নাই কিন্তু আলটিমেটলি তো চাইনিজ ইনভেষ্টমেন্টৰ কাৰণে এমেন্ড কৰা হৈছে মেইনলি so medical supplies are exempted from this act till 31st of December 2020. Countries to which Government of India extends lines of credit or provides development assistance are also exempted. So that's it. Moving to the next question we have. Consider the following statements regarding the Army Act of 1950. It provides for non-eligibility of the female for recruitment in regular army. It provides for restriction on fundamental rights of armed personnel to be associated with any labor union. We have to choose the correct statements. So the options are 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or none of the above. So among the given statements, both the statements are correct. So C will be the correct option. Let's look at the explanation. So Article 12 of the Army Act states that no female shall be eligible for enrollment or employment in the regular army except in such corps, departments, branch or other body forming part of or attached to any portion of regular army as the central government may by notification in the official gazette specify in this behalf. Government of India from time to time has allowed the entry of women in certain cadres initially for 5 years and later enhanced it to 14 years. And now permanent commission has been allowed in certain streams, for example law and education. Then Article 21 of Army Act provides the central government may make rules restricting the rights of any person subject to this act to be a member of or to be associated in any way with any trade union or labor union or any class of trade and labor unions or any society, then to attend or address any meeting or to take part in any demonstration organized by anyone for any political or other purposes, then to communicate with the press or to publish or cause to be published any book, letter or other document. So কেইমাহমান আগতে সুপ্ৰিম কোৰ্টে এটা লেণ্ডমাৰ্ক জাজমেণ্ট দিছিল য'ত তেওঁলোকে গভৰ্ণমেণ্টক এইটো নিৰ্দেশ দিছিল যে যিখিনি আমাৰ ফিমেল আছে তেওঁলোককো 14 বছৰ পিছত যদি তেওঁলোকে পাৰ্মানেণ্ট কমিশ্যনৰ কাৰণে এপ্লাই কৰিব পাৰে সেইটো সুবিধা কৰি দিয়াৰ কাৰণে গভৰ্ণমেণ্টক নিৰ্দেশ দিছিল সো এনে কি হয় আমাৰ বেসিক্যালি যিখিনি আমাৰ মহিলাসকল আছে আৰ্মিত তেওঁলোকে 14 বছৰৰ পিছত তেওঁলোকে পাৰ্মানেণ্ট কমিশ্যন নাপায় পাৰ্মানেণ্ট কমিশ্যন নাপালে কি হয়, তেওঁলোকে পেঞ্চন বা বেলেগ কিবা যিবিলাক বেনিফিট থাকে সেইবিলাক তেওঁলোকে নাপায় বা তেওঁলোক হায়াৰ ৰেংকতো তেনেকে যাব নোৱাৰিছিল। কিন্তু ৰিচেণ্টলি সুপ্ৰিম কোৰ্টৰ যিটো জাজমেণ্ট আছিল সেইটোৰ পৰা তেওঁলোকক এইটো এলাউ কৰা হৈছে, যাতে তেওঁলোকে কমাণ্ডেণ্ট পষ্টতো তেওঁলোকক প্ৰমোশ্যন হ'ব পাৰে। চ' ৰিচেণ্টলি গভৰ্ণমেণ্টে সেইটো লৈ পেলাই ফিমেলসকলৰ এইটো প্ৰভিজন এলাউ কৰিছিল আৰু সেইকাৰণে এই নিউজটো ইয়াত ইনক্লুড কৰা হৈছে। চ' that's it. Moving to the next question we have. So consider the following statements regarding the historical relations between India and Korea. Suriratna, a princess from Ayodhya, went to Korea and married King Kim Suro. Korean Buddhist monk Hecho visited in India in the 8th century. Rabindranath Tagore composed the poem Lamp of the East about Korea. Which of the statements are correct? Options are 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 1 and 3, or all of the above. So all the given statements are correct, so D will be the correct option. Let's look into the explanation. So according to Samyukusa, or the heritage history of the three kingdoms written in the 13th century, a princess from Ayodhya came to Korea, married King Kim Suro, and became Queen Hulwang-ok in the year 48 AD. Korean Buddhist monk Hejo visited India from 723 to 729 AD and wrote Travelogue Pilgrimage to the Five Kingdoms of India, which gives a vivid account of Indian culture, politics and society. So Nobel laureate Rabindranath Tagore composed a short poem, Lamp of the East, in 1929 about Korea's glorious past and its promising bright future. So that's it. Moving to the next question we have. So consider the following statements regarding the non-aligned movement. India is one of the founding members of the NAM. India recently hosted the virtual summit of non-aligned movement contact group 2020. So we have to choose the correct statements. The options are 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, neither 1 nor 2. So only the first statement is correct, so A will be the correct option. Let's look into the explanation. So the Bandung Conference 1955 has been considered as the most immediate antecedent of the founding of the movement of non-aligned countries, which finally came into being 6 years later. This first summit of the movement of non-aligned countries was convened by the leaders of India, Indonesia, Egypt, Syria and Yugoslavia in Belgrade 1961. This gathering was attended by the heads of state and government of 25 countries and observers from another 3 nations. The online non-aligned movement contact group Summit 2020 on the theme of United Against COVID-19 was hosted by the current chairman of non-aligned movement, President of Republic of Azerbaijan. So the objective of the summit was to promote international solidarity in the fight against the COVID-19 pandemic and to mobilize efforts of states and international organizations to address the pandemic. So moving to the next question we have. Which of the following statement is correct regarding the Siddi tribe? It is an African origin tribe in Karnataka. It is a tribe in Nagaland demanding autonomy and Greater Nagaland. It is a refugee tribe in Tripura that fled from Mizoram due to ethnic violence, or it is an ethno-linguistic group in Assam. So the correct option will be A. It is an African origin tribe in Karnataka. Let's look at the explanation. The Siddhis are an ethnic group inhabiting some states in India, including Karnataka. Its members are believed to be descendants of Bantu peoples from Southeast Africa that were brought to the Indian subcontinent as slaves by the Portuguese merchants. Census 2011 recorded majority of the Siddhis in Karnataka following Hinduism. There are a significant number of Siddhis following Islam and Christianity. The African descendants brought in India are mainly divided into 3 distinct groups, namely the Shiri in Pakistan's Sindh province, the Siddhis in Gujarat, Maharashtra, Goa, Karnataka, Hyderabad, and the Ceylon Kafirs in Sri Lanka. The Bru are the tribal groups in northeastern states of Tripura, Assam and Mizoram. Many of them fled from Mizoram to Tripura in 1997 in the wake of inter-community violence. So আমাৰ প্ৰিপাৰেশ্যন পইণ্ট অফ ভিউ দি ব্ৰু অৰ য়াং কমিউনিটি আমাৰ কাৰণে ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট হয়, কাৰণ এইটো বছৰত ব্ৰু কমিউনিটিটো বিৰাট চৰ্চাত আছে। চ' এইটোৰ ওপৰত কুৱেশ্যন হ'ব পাৰে। চ' দ্যাটছ ইট। মুভিং টু দ্য নেক্সট কুৱেশ্যন উই হেভ। With reference to Madhubani paintings, consider the following statements. This art form is practiced only in the Mithila region of Bihar. The painted themes and designs highlight religious beliefs only. So we have to choose the correct statements. So the options are 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or none of the above. So here the first statement is correct and the second statement is not correct. So A will be the correct option. Let's look into the explanation. Madhubani painting is one of the oldest and the most famous Indian art forms. It is also known as Mithila or Madhubani art. It is practiced in Bihar. Traces of Madhubani art can also be noticed in the Ramayana, the Indian epic. It is based on the themes which depict the life of Hindu deities like Krishna, Rama, Lakshmi, Shiva, Durga and Saraswati. Apart from the widely painted designs of Hindu deities, heavenly bodies like the sun and the moon often form the centerpiece of Madhubani paintings. The style of this painting includes geometrical patterns. The colors used in the Madhubani paintings comprise natural extracts from plants and other natural sources. For example, black color is obtained by mixing soot with cow dung, blue from indigo, white from rice powder, orange from palasha flowers, etc. So that's all about the Madhubani painting. So moving to the next question we have. Consider the following statements regarding the constitutional provisions on high courts in India. High courts have the power of superintendence over courts and tribunals except army tribunals throughout the territories in their jurisdiction. Parliament may by law extend the jurisdiction of a high court to a union territory or establish a common high court for 2 or more states. So which of the statements are correct? So the options are 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or none of the above. So both the given statements are correct. So C will be the correct option. Let's look into the explanation. So Article 227 of the Constitution provides for power of superintendence of the high courts over all the courts and tribunals throughout the territories in relation to which it exercises its jurisdiction. The High Court may call for returns from such courts, make and issue general rules and prescribes form for regulating the practice and proceedings of such courts, and prescribe forms in which books, entries and accounts shall be kept by the officers of any such courts. Article 227 and clause 4 explicitly states that it doesn't confer high courts with the powers of superintendence over any court or tribunal constituted by or under any law relating to the armed forces. Article 230 of the Constitution provides that the Parliament may by law extend the jurisdiction of a High Court to or exclude the jurisdiction of a High Court from any union territory. Further, Article 231 provides that the Parliament may by law establish a common High Court for 2 or more states or for 2 or more states and a union territory. বর্তমান আমার পাঞ্জাব আর চণ্ডীগড়ের কারণে কমন হাইকোর্ট আছে. That's an example. So that's it. Moving to the next question we have. Consider the following statements regarding the Tianwen-1 space mission. It is China's lunar mission to explore dark side of the moon. The mission probe consists of an orbiter, lander and a rover. So which of these statements are correct? So among the given statement, only the second statement is correct. So B will be the correct option. Let's look into the explanation. In January 2019, China's robotic spacecraft Chang'e 4 made a soft landing in the South Pole Aitken Basin area of the moon, otherwise known as the far side or dark side. Tianwen-1 is a Mars probe launched by China recently by the Long March 5 rocket, China's largest and most powerful launch vehicle. The Tianwen-1 probe consists of 3 parts: an orbiter, lander, and a rover. The orbiter will remain in the Martian orbiter for experiments and to relay signals to Earth, while the lander and the rover are to make an autonomous descent and landing on the Martian surface. So moving to the next question we have. So consider the following statements regarding the World Food Program. It is a United Nations program aiming to eradicate global hunger and malnutrition. India is currently a member of the WFP Executive Board. So which of these statements are correct? So options are 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or none of the above. So both the statements are correct. So C will be the correct option? Let's look into the explanation. So World Food Program, which has headquartered in Rome, Italy, is a full-fledged UN program since 1965 that aims to eradicate hunger and malnutrition. It is the world's largest humanitarian agency. The program assists almost 100 million people around 83 countries each year. The World Food Program is governed by the WFP Executive Board, which consists of 36 member states and provides intergovernmental support, direction, and supervision of WFP's activities. The 18 members are elected by the Economic and Social Council and 18 by the FAO Council. Each state member serves a 3-year term and is eligible for re-election. India is currently a member of the term expiring in 2021. WFP works closely with its two Rome-based sister organizations, Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations and the International Fund for Agricultural Development. So that's it. Moving to the next question we have. Which of the following has launched the COVID-19 Law Lab initiative? Options are World Health Organization, Oxford University, Indian Council for Medical Research, India-Israel Innovation Center. So the correct option is A, World Health Organization. Let's look into the explanation. The World Health Organization has recently launched a new COVID-19 Law Lab initiative. The COVID-19 Law Lab is a database of laws that countries have implemented in response to the pandemic. It includes state of emergency declarations, quarantine measures, disease surveillance, legal measures relating to mask wearing, social distancing, and access to medication and vaccines. The initiative gathers and shares legal documents from over 190 countries across the world to help states establish and implement strong legal frameworks to manage the pandemic. It aims to ensure that laws protect the health and well-being of individuals and communities and that they adhere to the international human rights standards. The new lab is a joint project of United Nations Development Program, that is UNDP, WHO, and the Joint United Nations Program on HIV/AIDS and the O'Neill Institute of National and Global Health Law at Georgetown University. So that's it. Hope you like the video. If you like the video, please share it and subscribe to our channel so that you can get timely update of our videos. Thank you.